Robertson. Oh, she's a heck of a lot of fun, Jeanne Robertson.
Well, hey, everybody, I am Jeanne Robertson, and we are going to have a heck of a lot of fun today, and I'm the person who doesn't have any idea what's going on. As you can see, I'm sitting here with a crowd today. Somebody said it looked like a school board meeting. We were all sitting around waiting. So you're in the right place. We're here for fun and prizes and just lots of laughter. I have special guests today that I will introduce to you in just a second. Right now, let me tell you that next Saturday, I'll be in Sumter, South Carolina. It does not have a P in it. I keep putting S-U-M-P, Toni, T-E-R, but it's S-U-M-T. And I should know that because I've already done a show there 2 years ago and it sold out. I'm surprised they'll come back. And this is a show where they allow only 200 people, I think, to be in. The Saturday night show has maybe 5 seats left, and you'll be all scattered around with the person you came with and so forth. And then Sunday afternoon is a show we added, and there are a few more seats there, but it's definitely COVID-free, and everybody will have a good time and we'll laugh, but come if you can. I will be in Sumter going down the day early, and we will have the back store. We have gotten a back porch, and I borrowed it from a friend named Missy. She's also a tech person. So Toni and Patrick are not going with me, but we will have the show just like we've had right here at noon. So please join me in Sumter and come to the show if you can. Let's see. Anything else, Toni, that we need to announce? Because we have a lot to do today. All right, we've got a lot to do. And we're seated with me today. As many of you know, every day that I've started in the last, I guess, month or so, I have a throwback, something that I'm throwing back, not throw up, that I said by mistake one day, but a throwback. And this is something that's been going on that y'all have heard me explain before, but I need to explain it today so you'll know why these 3 charming gentlemen are sitting here ready to be part
mistake
of
number 1 on the program. Charming.
I know that'll go. Years ago, 10 or 11 years ago, they say 10 years, but I think it was like 12 years ago. I got a call from Neal Steele in Gloucester, Virginia, and he wanted me to be on his show. And he said, "We like your stories and we've been playing them. Is that okay?" And I said, "Oh my gosh, oh, he's playing them. Thank you, thank you, thank you." And that's developed into a fun, long-time friendship. And then last March, when the COVID hit and all of my theater shows were postponed, we don't use the word canceled. They were postponed for later dates. I got a call from Neal, and he said, "We sure would like for you to come on the show here the next month if you could. As a matter of fact, why couldn't you come on every Friday until the COVID is over?" And I said, "Well, let me think about it." He said, "What's to think about? You just said all your shows were postponed."
Got nothing else to do.
I have nothing else to do. And I said, "Well, sure," thinking sort of like this 12 o'clock show I do on Saturday. That'll be 6 weeks, maybe 8 weeks maximum. So we've done 30. We did the 34th
amazing.
show, and we have a good time.
And we went from 30 minutes to an hour.
I know it, and no commercials.
No, Harvey moves them all.
Does he move them to another place? Well, thank you, Harvey. And now it's streaming, because I kept saying, "Why aren't you streaming so everybody can hear it and play it later and all that?" Now, as that developed, I began to meet some of his cast of characters. You know mine: Toni, Patrick, Norma Rose, Jane Tucker, Beaver, Left Brain, of course. Well, 2 of his, they all drove down here this morning from Virginia. This is Ralph. Say hello, Ralph.
Good morning, everybody. Hello, Ralph.
And
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Ralph plays 18 musical instruments. He's going to be playing for us in a little while. Unbelievable musician. And Ted, on the road, you play the radio, don't you? So now,
I seem to play the radio a lot, yes.
Okay, and you call in. I've noticed this. You have a job where you drive people around. You want to tell us what you do?
Correct. I drive for Southern Bells Transportation. I do non-emergency medical transport.
Free commercial.
Okay, free commercial.
It just rolls off the tongue like that. Sorry.
He sells calendars.
Works for his wife.
Yeah,
Yes,
thanks, Neal.
works for his wife. but what you do is, because you are in there and you have a phone that you can find anything on, no matter what I bring up or say, or Neal, I've heard you do this because I get up and do my show prep the 2 hours before I'm on. I
Which
listen
is
to
2 hours more than we do.
I
Yeah,
know, I know
exactly.
it. And listen to what's going on. But you quickly call in and will give us more information about whatever the topic
He doesn't
is.
type. He does it all by voice.
I do
That's
it all
what
by voice.
amazes me.
Well, how do you just find it so fast?
I just know the right questions to ask the phone.
Commanding presence.
I talk to my Siri, and my Siri has, well, I guess the IQ reflects the person talking.
Well, yours
Never
is-
mind.
yours is
You
always
brought it up,
from
Neal.
Australia.
Well, the
It's Australian.
and I was talking to you about Lulu the snow goat.
Oh,
For people in my county, Alamance County, North Carolina, will remember a couple of decades ago, Lulu the snow goat out in the county at snow camp could predict a snowstorm and how bad it would be. And they found out that the school superintendent was using Lulu to cancel school or let school go on, as well as Doppler radar and all of that, but mainly Lulu. And all of a sudden, before we could turn around,
he's got it up.
Ted
on.
on the road has pulled up T-shirts, pulled up books about Lulu,
Oh, yeah.
pulled up all this information about Lulu.
All right, let me
thought-
jump in
I thought
here.
he took over, didn't you?
Let me jump in here.
Doppler goat.
I walk into the studio one morning and there's a package sitting there. And anytime I think there's a package, I obviously think it's for me. So I rip open the package. As you can see, it's from Bank Street Supply Company in Asheville, North Carolina. Here, hold this.
All right.
Please.
Please.
It's her show.
I'm getting a manners lesson now.
Ralph, no less.
Yeah, from Ralph. And it's a Lulu t-shirt. Well,
Lulu the
unfortunately,
snow goat
yeah,
t-shirt.
unfortunately, then I look at the package and it's addressed to Jeannie.
It is.
So
Jeanne Robertson at
that is yours.
Okay.
So then we have a listener, Linda Hours, who provides me with lists all the time of music during holidays, different music. And she sent in 2 copies of the Lulu the Snow Goat book. And one is for you, and she sent one for me.
Well, you know,
There you are.
I remember this because at the time I wanted so badly to advance my speaking career. And I couldn't get on Good Morning America. I couldn't get on anything. I couldn't get
Why
on
not?
any show. I wrote them and told them I
So
was
she
funny.
ends up on our show.
So
In Gloucester, Virginia. Yeah.
I could get on the Neal Steele The Morning Show.
Ooh.
And there Lulu the Snow Goat was on NBC, CBS, ABC. It went to New York. And I was sitting in this house looking and saying, can you believe, to left brain who said, oh, okay, so the goat's on TV in New York. Yes, sitting there. But they sold these T-shirts and these books and gave the money to scholarships to kids in the county. That was what they said when they sold them.
That's what
But
they
now-
always say.
Yeah, I know it's what they always say. So thank you, Lulu the Snow Goat. But you're the one that called in with all the information.
I did find the T-shirt online. Yes.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. You're
Okay.
a
Can,
guru.
can I do
type
something
person.
for a quick second?
Yes.
All right. Last
Do
night
you
before
sing? Do you play an
You were
instrument?
supposed to go before you got up.
last
I
night
know.
He plays a microphone. That's what. he
last
does.
night before I went to bed, the last thing June said was make sure you get a gift bag out of the guest room to give Jeannie her gift.
Notice the
Is this the
unique
gift
wrapping.
bag?
The Food Lion guest
The
bag.
food
yeah.
line
Oh,
bag.
the wrapping is good.
This is the one that I forgot.
The Food
All
Lion.
right.
The Food Lion guest
This
bag, ladies and gentlemen.
this was brought to us by who brought this into us?
I'm not going to tell you.
You got to tell me. I forgot.
Well, what is it?
The babe that come in.
Yeah, it is a possum pin just
Oh.
for you. There
Is that
you
what a
are.
possum looks like up close when it's been
Pretty much.
crocheted.
Pretty much.
There's a
Okay.
possum
Oh,
pin.
it's
Who
on the
brought?
road.
Is that
You
the way?
squeeze him.
You squeeze him? Wait a minute. See what happens.
Well, there,
Oh my gosh, his mouth.
well, there
opens
used to
up.
be a chocolate
Chocolate.
candy
He took
in
the
there, but
chocolate
I
all
ate
out.
it.
Chocolate
Okay,
doesn't last
Let
too
me.
much.
I appreciate this.
Okay.
Is it a pin?
Yes.
Do I wear it? Oh, there it is, right there.
Okay, and then here is the gift from June and I in the gift bag
In the
that she
gift
told me to
bag.
get out of
The
the
Food Lion
bedroom.
gift bag, no less.
The Food Line gift bag. So you're saying that you have these gifts just lined up, and anytime you have someone that deserves
No,
one,
she
you
came
just
home
pick up-
with it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a special delivery.
And
gift
these
bag.
are peanut brittle, chocolate covered peanut brittle. I
Oh,
didn't
that's the
see it.
bomb.
Nobody else knows about it. It didn't happen. Tony,
Mm.
don't ask about it. Nobody's going to get it
And it's
but
gone.
me. End
So
of the whole thing.
there you are, gift
I know
wrap.
peanut brittle.
And June and Braden are supposed to be watching right now. So you see, I got the gift bag, honey. So just
All
don't
right,
really
so
nice.
when
be
I'm
upset.
on your show, how far, now that you stream nationwide, everybody can listen in, but how far? I know when I had a show in Richmond, I said, well, I forgot to tell you that I was going to Richmond. You were upset about it. You said,
Yeah.
you didn't tell me that I was going to Richmond. And let me tell y'all why, because when I had a show in Newport News at that big new
Ferguson Center.
Ferguson Center, 1,800 people, they sold out with no advertising because this man kept mentioning it on his radio program in Gloucester, a few miles away, every single
And I want to
day.
point out, I sat in the very top row,
Nosebleed.
the very top row.
That was 6 rows behind me, and I heard you. Yes.
And
I
we
was down front.
and I've had to hear about that forever. You were supposed to come in your possum outfit and sing.
You know why he didn't? Do you
Ooh.
ready for this? Don't listen to a word he says. I'm going to tell you
Here's the
why
truth,
he
ladies and
wasn't there
gentlemen.
with the possum outfit on. Because he was too cheap to pay the $20 for valet parking. So he parked
Wow.
over in the
We don't have
garage
no valets
and
where
took
I
the
come from.
golf
The
cart
valets are
over,
between
had to
mountains
wait
and
for the
place to
golf
park.
cart.
Valleys. He
and
says they're
that-
valleys.
the valet.
They're between
And
mountains.
that is why he was late with the possum suit. Thank you
Okay,
very much.
We had a question.
been clarified,
I
ladies and
asked
gentlemen.
my very great fans to
I'm
send
pretty loud,
questions
Patrick.
about anything. And one of them that I know, they wanted me to ask you, because this is a very successful radio show. How did you get into the radio business?
I originally got into radio in college when I
And
was.
may I say that you have the voice for it?
Thank you.
Not the face as much,
Amen.
but
No,
the voice for
I
it.
have the perfect voice.
Okay.
I'm very humble. And
Oh.
Wait just a minute.
The
Tony's
mantle
got
of
something
humble.
written down.
Questions.
Okay.
Okay.
You asked me to bring them to you. This is his funny. I can't read what I wrote. Funniest mishap on it, and then there's the other one you asked.
Oh,
about.
this is from Bruce Willis.
Well,
Oh, my man.
Bruce Was Neal in a movie with me?
No, I was in a play.
Oh,
Patrick, you are in the presence of royalty, my friend. Many years ago, I did a play called Picnic, and Bruce Willis was the leading male actor. That time he was Walter Willis. He was just striving to succeed. And I was the second male. Had a fight scene. He beat the stink out of me. And afterwards, I told my son, Christopher, I said, many years later, I told him, I had the opportunity to go to Hollywood and star in those Die Hard movies. But I
Right.
told Bruce, no, you go ahead. And Christopher said, what? Die Hard the Geek?
I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sure. Now tell me the truth, because I've been on the show now almost 12 years, and I have heard about him being in that play with Bruce Willis. about
I
10
rarely
times.
mention it, so I'm shocked.
No, so
He's
I
so-
do not believe this is a friend of yours that wrote in and said, "I'm Bruce Willis. Was Neal in a movie with me?" This is not the real.
With
Bruce.
COVID, Bruce is in the house. He may have remembered all. He's probably a fan of yours.
Yeah.
Sure.
Why, make it sound like I set it up. Why don't
No.
you?
All right.
I mean, come on, Gene.
Do any of you know Charles Barkley?
No.
I haven't met him
Then
yet.
that's it.
She's
You're
got you
it's
beat.
not important. All right,
She
tell
wants
us how you got in-
Charles Barkley on the Porch show.
Oh, I love. Oh no, I don't want him. I'd love to have him on the Porch show, but I just love to get to meet him myself and say hey, because I love Charles Barkley.
We couldn't tell.
Huh?
We can tell.
You can tell. Okay, you were going to tell us how you got into radio.
All right. As a kid, I had a pretend radio station set up in my room. But I went to Edinburgh State College, now Edinburgh University in Edinburgh, Pennsylvania. And the very first day I had an 8 o'clock class. And I got up, I'm walking around, I'm looking for the classroom. I walk into a building and the guy says, "Are you here to audition for the radio station?" And I went, "Yeah." That was my start. My first semester in college, I had a 0.4.
I bet you did have a
Yeah, they
point
pointed
four.
at one.
Now, why did you get up and
two,
walk over
3,
there?
4.
Because it's all, and it's
Oh,
almost
okay.
time for Ralph.
Okay, Ralph.
It's time for me.
Well,
to walk.
wait, no, we can't. My people are, I'm sure they're very entertained by y'all.
Oh, we got
They want prizes. They were,
All
Ralph,
right.
draw a name out
We
of
got
there.
2 bags.
And you draw one out of
All
there.
right.
For a copy of my new book or Patrick's CD, or if you've got my book or don't want it, you can choose a DVD. And this person is, you win a prize. Kim McClampine, McAlpine, from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Oh, downtown.
Kim McAlpine.
McAlpine sounds right. Yeah.
McAlpine, that's probably it. All
And
right, and who do you have?
I've got Teresa Figgins in Portland.
Okay, Oregon?
I don't know. It doesn't say.
It says Portland.
Could be
Okay.
What was the last name, please?
What was the last
For who?
name?
Me? Teresa Figgins, Figgins.
Okay, now what you do to get your prize is
Oh, it's on the
email right
screen.
there on the screen. Look how good Patrick is.
Yeah.
Toni at JeanneRobertson.com, and tell them your snail mail address and what you want. Or you can just email her there
Yeah.
and just talk to her. Okay, now we'll put these 2 down. And
All right.
while
We got to
have
put
this-
these separate.
we have to keep those
All
separate.
right.
Put 'em
Here,
on
I'll
the-
put them
put
on,
them on the
table.
floor. Put them in your coffee
Oh,
cup.
and to whoever
Yeah.
sent the cookies, thank you.
Well, who sent the cookies?
I did.
didn't.
That's
No,
what the
no,
note
y'all
says.
didn't send the cookies.
The note says I did.
No, it says
No.
for Neal Steele and
It
his
does
gang.
not.
Look at these Paul's Pastries here in Burlington. They delivered
It
these
says-
right-
Paul.
Jeannie, Toni, and Patrick, a special gift. And then it looks like it's signed Neal
Steele
Steele, and gang.
Well,
So my guess is I sent it.
no, you did. You didn't send it. I bet Linda Harris. Who are you betting on, Toni? Who we know? Okay. Well,
They're
very,
good.
very
They're
good. Thank you. All right, now the possum song. Let's talk about the possum song.
Awesome song.
All right, so Ralph has a possum song, and he sings it often on the Neal Steele show. And then they started giving me this when we were doing them every Friday, saying he's got a new version
He
that
does.
he's written. Well, it's up for grabs. He has one version, and then he's got a new version for Labor Day.
Yeah.
He has a new version for the
Yeah.
4th of July. And finally, I said, look, guys, do you remember the Emperor's New Clothes? This song is not changing. He's doing the same song every time y'all say. For today, he thinks he is singing a song for Christmas or in honor of
We are
Jeanne.
going to prove to you guys that these songs have little differences in them that relate to the topic. And this all started when Ralph came in and did the Christmas possum song. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to let Ralph start off and sing the Christmas possum song, which because of the holiday season, he gets a little emotional about.
Yes, if you hear me
And-
choke up, it is an emotional song.
And after he sings it, we'll sit down and talk some more and give him a chance to recover and recoup and get his emotions back. And then a little later on, he has written a 2020 Thanksgiving Day possum song that captures the feeling of Thanksgiving, the emotion of Thanksgiving, and the stress that we've been going through this year. And we'll have that coming up a little later after Ralph gets his composure back.
And if y'all buy into all this, I want to know it.
You watch.
All right, now I'm not.
You're going to start getting comments.
I'm not putting your listeners down, but you've tricked them into believing that he's changing these songs. My people aren't going to buy it.
Ted on the
He's
road,
not
yell it
ch-
out. Are they all the same?
They're all different.
Thank
Oh, no, they're
you.
not. They're not.
Thank you.
Where are you, Ralph?
He's getting
Okay,
his
now he's
guitar.
going to sing it one way now and another way later.
With his little nuances in there to relate to the
My
topic.
My people, listen carefully.
Don't even, just listen.
Listen.
You too will believe.
And
Late-
if you play the guitar too loud, they'll tell you turn the guitar down a little bit. They're very picky people.
This is acoustic, so he's going to have to.
All right, you
Okay.
ready for the proper intro? See, there's nothing that ticks me off more than when you intro a band and after you intro them, they go, Well, what are we going to start with?
I know it like you.
I want to say the name and then, you know? So
Okay.
with that in mind,
This is the Christmas song.
the Christmas
Christmas
Possum
song.
song. Ladies and gentlemen, Ralph Motley and the Christmas Possum.
My children are hungry. My dog could use a bone. I lost my job and I was headed home. About an hour after sundown, oh what to my delight, God put a possum in my headlight tonight. 5 pounds of possum, my headlight tonight. I can run him over, everything's gonna be all right. Oh, possum and taters, oh, what a delight. 5 pounds of possum in my headlight tonight. Guitar. Well, I won't have to kill no chickens, nor open any cans. Just a little bit closer, and I'll have him in my hand. Well, I think the time has come to go from dim to bright. I got 5 pounds of possum in my headlight tonight. 5 pounds of possum, my headlight tonight. If I can run him over, everything's gonna be alright. Oh, possum and taters, oh, what a delight. 5 pounds of possum in my headlight tonight.
I just want to run out and decorate. Want to start?
Jingle bells at the end.
I just want to start decorating your house for Christmas. Do you feel the spirit? Can you feel the spirit? Oh, my
Well,
God.
okay, and then you're going to play it again in a little while, and we're
Yes,
going to hear
He's
the
going to
other
do the
version.
Thanksgiving 2020
And y'all should have been
Thanksgiving
here when
version.
they were warming up. Patrick picked up
Oh.
his guitar and started singing, and he joined right in on the same.
They ought to do a song.
Well, y'all warm up. I want y'all to do a song together. Sit down, Ralph, for a second. Breathe well.
right.
And
I
now
think
that, let me make sure everybody understands. He has just sung the possum song.
the Christmas Possum song.
Well, I didn't hear anything in there about Christmas, but that's okay.
Just give it time. Give
Oh,
it.
That's jingle bells at the end.
Give it time, and your heart will grow
Okay,
3
okay.
sizes.
You've tricked all of your listeners.
We have
into
not
believing
tricked
he's
anybody.
changing these songs every
That is the
holiday, and
Christmas
they're not
Possum song.
changing. Okay,
I'm telling you.
Okay, whatever.
There's no need for us to argue. We're not husband and wife.
Okay. Let me pull out another question. In there.
I have not.
Yeah. No, he hadn't. Look at him.
Twice.
You believe that? There's no woman watching that believes that.
There
All right.
there are a dozen women out there that put up with me.
Okay. All right. I never missed Jeannie shows, but I've heard the special Halloween songs that Neal has played. Oh,
Oh,
yeah, you got some creepy songs
Count
you played.
Crow.
Well, like I guess everybody on the radio has, you have songs for every single occasion.
Yeah, and Linda
You
Hours
can
gives us
punch a
a list.
button.
Well, I
But-
find them.
Last Friday, the day before Halloween, we had an unbelievable thing happen. You played Count Crow,
Yes.
and as a
Shout the
scream-
boo.
Shout the boo. And then you said, we have something we rarely do on this show. And you had a friend who said, I have a guest.
Ted on the road.
Was that you, Ted?
Yeah.
That was me.
You dug up Count Crow?
I actually found him on Facebook
Okay. And
and
talk
got
to me.
and talked to him, and we all set it up ahead of time so that he would call in, and he would be a secret guest. Neal had no idea who it was. He was
And
not
I don't
excited
allow
about it.
that.
He was not excited about it, but I told him he just trust me.
Well, I tell you the surprise when you figured out who it
Oh,
was.
oh.
I wondered at first if you really did
No,
know who
ma'am.
it was. No, you had no idea. And
No,
you're
You
ma'am.
should have seen the
look.
you should have seen the look on his face. It was
Oh, yeah.
priceless.
Yeah, and it was. I
There
know.
are 2 people that I have now interviewed that I have been nervous interviewing. Count Crow, and do you know the movie October Sky?
Yes.
about the little kids in West Virginia, the coal mine town. Homer Hickam, the little boy in that movie, I interviewed him. And I was nervous, speechless, had trouble coming up with
How
questions.
old was he at that time?
Oh, he was an adult when I
Oh,
interviewed
an
him.
adult, but
Yeah.
still. Wow. So you were not nervous at all about interviewing me?
Didn't give it a second thought.
Okay. So yeah, you set that up last time. That
I did
was
this. I did
great.
set that up. So it was the weekend before Halloween. Yes.
Yeah, well, last Friday, a week ago. Sure, I was listening. You said it was on before I got on.
Yeah.
So of course I
Yeah.
was doing my show prep, and you were totally shocked.
Shocked.
I know it.
It was a great surprise. We're gonna have him on every year now.
Okay. Well,
Oh,
I
I'm.
was
He was
surprised.
excited. He was even excited.
I was surprised that you did that. That you let somebody come on and you really didn't know. You had to trust him.
Well, I had a gun pointed at him.
Okay.
And I would have been soaked if he had shot me.
Oh yeah, the water gun would have just wiped him out.
Okay. Now let me see.
Okay.
More questions for you. Let's see what this one is. What was the funniest response to a question you, Neal Steele, asked Jeanne for bringing me in it?
I have no idea.
Nancy Davis.
I have no idea.
Nothing funny that I said rings a bell.
You are hilarious. But I'll tell you the most surprising thing to me, and you folks have started picking this up, but the most surprising thing to me is when Jeannie started telling some of the background stories to her stories that are on her CDs and DVDs. And all of a sudden now, there's people out there that want to know the backgrounds when you do them here on the back porch. And because your first one, I think, was about Beaver having the 2 report cards. You never had told that story.
Well, I didn't know the full story until he came on the back porch because I thought he was the only one. It turned out he was selling those report cards to everybody.
Oh,
at the
that's
ninth
beautiful.
grade. Oh, yeah, that was a hilarious.
See, now I don't know if Beaver had it, but when I was in school, we had the handwritten report cards. And if any of the nuns, because I went to Catholic school for 12 years, if any of the nuns are watching, I'm making this up. But I used to be able to change. We used to get E's in those days instead of F's. And I could change and, oh yeah, I could change an E to a B overnight. I could, and sign my mother Dorothy's name. Oh, I was good. I was good. I'm joking, sisters.
Of course. No, they know you better than that now. Yes. Yep. But I wasn't talking. Okay. Well, thank you. Is anybody else tell me what?
Boy, they're on top of it.
The best thing, thank you, Tony. The best thing was Jane Tucker from New York City
Oh,
had
that's-
been here, and she sat here and gave a tip after tip, and we had the best time. And then at the end, they said they want to know where she got her shoes.
Oh, wow.
And she did have on sharp shoes, so that made a good difference.
But I want you to know, I got up this morning and well, before I went to bed, I thought to myself, now, I'm sure Jane Tucker's going to be watching.
She probably
So Ralph's going to look ridiculous in the possum suit. What should I wear? And I thought, I don't want to wear something that Jane Tucker's going to text in and go, well, he dresses like an old guy. But I didn't want to wear anything so Jane would text in and say, he's trying to dress too young.
No, you
So
did
I
right.
put this on today, and as it turns out, Patrick's almost dressed the same way.
I know.
So I felt pretty good.
But let me make sure y'all know. One time I had a speech in Williamsburg. Williamsburg actually pulls a lot of conventions. So I was up there a couple of years ago, 3 years ago, and I spoke the night before. And I needed to get on the road early and get home. And from Williamsburg, it's 5 hours. It's a long way
Yeah.
to get up there from where we are. And I said, I'm going to go over there and just drop in on the radio show.
Was that the day I didn't know who you were in the lobby?
Yes, I came in and I opened the door, and it's a small radio station, and when you're
security.
there, no security.
Except
And
for a
when you're
cabin.
there, and remember that Neal brings in school children, teachers, anybody that has something that's going on in the
There's
schools.
a parole office across the street.
You
And
got all of those
occasionally they'll
people.
come in to use a restroom. I call them in.
Okay, well,
Come on in here. What do you got
Just-
parole for?
Just everybody. And so I opened the door, and he was in there running it by himself. Now, eventually the office people come in and all, but you go in and start the show.
Yeah.
He goes in and starts show. Now, Ralph, you were in there at 6 o'clock too, supposedly, aren't you? Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Ms. Robertson.
Okay.
They told me to be on my best.
Okay.
Ralph is always on time. I'm the one that's late.
Ralph comes in at 6 o'clock too, but you weren't there. That's it. Yeah, if you hear 3 or 4 songs at 6 o'clock, nobody's there. I had figured that out myself, and I think, well, they're not coming in. But I just sat down. But you heard the door squeak open.
Oh yeah.
But you couldn't quite see where I was sitting, and you kept saying, "Is there someone in there?
Yeah.
Is there someone else in here?"
And I'm doing that on the air too, by the way.
And I finally looked around the corner and you said, "Oh my gosh, Jeanne Robertson." And then when I went on that day, your horticulture guy was there.
Oh,
He came in later,
Oh yeah.
and that was his time. Bob, and he knew what he was talking about. And
Master
I
Gardener Bob.
could tell I had taken a little of his time, and I rushed back out. But I
He
surprised you
looks.
that day. I was glad I got you that day. One day I just dropped in on y'all, but Reese knew I was coming.
Oh, I remember
She
that.
had that in.
Oh, I want to point out too, by the way, Jeannie mentioned it earlier. Sometime in the near future, we don't have a date yet. We are going to have the very first annual Jeanne Robertson Micro Olympics. Yeah,
No.
thank you.
No, don't you turn on me, Patrick.
We will
I have
announce a date on this.
I have
We will make arrangements for local hotels to give special rates if anybody wants to come in. Jeannie is going to be carrying the flame to light the torch on the back of Uncle Sam's tricycle. And we have events, trike. It's not a tricycle. We have events already. We were told to raise our hand if we had to go to the restroom.
No, I know I have to. I have to speak on this.
Oh, yes.
So last March, we got word that the Olympics had been called off for this summer. You remember they were supposed to be.
Yes.
We missed all that, and I said because they had another mini.
We had a micropolar plunge.
Micropolar plunge in
micromarathon.
their parking lot and had all these things set up several years ago. And I thought it sounded hilarious because they do things all the time to raise money for charities. And so I just made the comment, you know what you ought to do, Neal, because you were telling me we don't have any guests. The children can't come on. Everybody's in mask. Oh, whoa, 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 oh, cry. Oh, will you please?
Oh,
And
here
then
we
you
go.
ended it up with, so will you be on the show? Like I was the bottom of the barrel. And I said, sure.
Like we were the bottom of the barrel.
I had nowhere else to go on Friday morning. But I said, Neal, it seems to me you ought to have a mini Olympics. And he said, you're right, and we'll name it the Jeanne Robertson Mini Olympics.
You're exaggerating the story.
Oh,
The next
Me?
week, yes.
No.
No, Neil. She would
no.
never do anything like that.
The next week it turned into the first annual, and the following week it turned into the first annual Jeanne Robertson
right.
Micro Olympics. As you continued to sound more and more frustrated.
As I believe that was when I said, I've not agreed to do this.
Oh, but
Because-
by name, if wouldn't you expect that if you were having a major fundraising event and it was named after Patrick, that Patrick would be there? Would you not, Patrick? Without a doubt.
Gee.
If we were
Throw me
naming
under
it the Tony's birthday. Oh, by the way, happy
Birthday
birthday
to you.
wait a minute.
Happy
Wait a minute.
What?
You did it all wrong.
What?
This day in history.
Oh.
Thank you, Ralph. Now we see the brains of the
See
program.
how it is.
Yes, bring Tony up here.
Come up here, Tony.
Come
So
We
here's
want people to see what somebody born in that year looks like.
okay.
Dun, dun,
So
dun.
So and we're still looking right here, aren't we, Patrick? We have all these cameras. Now I'm up there. See, we got 3 cameras. Now we started this in March with a cell phone. Now we have, okay, so there's a segment on the show, Tomopedia. He comes in and they've got all these things that happened on that day in history.
Tomopedia's
so-
history lesson.
Tomopedia history lesson, and he says, well, what year have you got? And you've got years. Y'all are competing with each other a little bit, but then you say,
Wait a minute.
hello.
Hi,
Tom.
Oh,
No,
you did.
You say hi, Tom. and then he'll say 1908.
1908.
So here we are.
That's
Can
not the
y'all
year
see
Toni was
Toni?
born.
Can you see?
That's not the year, ladies. and
Okay.
gentlemen.
Hi, Toni. No, we're going to do it to say hi, Toni. Hi, Toni. 1942. 1942. That was the year Toni Meredith was born. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Toni. Happy birthday to you.
Here, have one of the cookies.
I know.
Let me,
What?
can I be heard? I will talk a second. All I want to do is thank everybody for all the birthday wishes. I've never had so many birthday wishes as I've had today because of the show, and I do appreciate it. And yes, I'm now a year older than Jeannie, but she'll catch me before too long.
Oh, no. Oh, really? No way.
And 42 years of us every single day were running this ship. And I'll tell you what, it wouldn't have been as much fun, Toni, if you hadn't been helping me all
You know
these
what?
years.
I've been on this radio show 18 years. It's the longest I've ever held a job.
Really?
Yeah.
Is Tom watching?
And Toni's has held this job for 42 years. Once in a while, when I think she's about ready to quit, I say, please don't tell me you're coming in here
Do you
today.
guys ever have disagreements?
No,
Never? You're always right, aren't you?
What you need to do is ask the key question
I'm always
that's known,
smart.
that's known by one and all. What do it take?
Oh, no, thanks a lot,
Yeah.
Ralph. I appreciate that. No, and that's not one of the things. It's the superfluous things. Trips. She goes with me and works the merch table
You did get to see the clear
You
blue
go outside,
water
clear
of
blue
Hawaii.
water.
Clear blue crystal.
Toni's got several stories about her, and there's several in the book that aren't on tape about you and the Auburn Library and all of those. See, we were at Auburn together, but we didn't know each other. But it will be on tape soon. Because on December the 6th, I'm doing a live streaming and I will have all that. And we're putting some of these stories on that. Okay, where were we? Thank you, Toni. I'm sorry. December the 3rd.
December the 3rd.
Okay.
Go ahead, talk about it now.
I'll talk about it right now.
So we don't forget.
Because on December the 3rd in Charleston, South Carolina, which camera, Patrick? See, we need a red light. Now we'll go out and
his
get a
arm's
red
gonna get
light.
tired.
I know it. Okay, there are 250 seats available for the show. It's at the Charleston Memorial Auditorium, and that means you'll be scattered around because it seats many more people than that. And they're selling it something like $59.50 for each ticket, and then you, I think okay, and then plus, well, whoever you buy the ticket from, they charge a little bit more. But the same night, that will be live stream worldwide. For $25, you can get a ticket for your household.
How do you do that, Patrick? How do we find out how to do that?
GenieLaughs.com.
Genie
right
Laugh. Oh, there it is.
Right there on the screen.
GenieLaughs.com.
And don't you get it for 48 hours? Anyway, the question is this all new material? No, we've gotten so many more listeners this summer because of Neal Steele's show and this, that we are retaping 2 stories. We're doing the longer version of the grocery store, and then we have other new stories too.
You're going to be on stage for 90 minutes.
Yep.
And you get this live stream for 48 hours. Is the rest of it just going to be a blank stage?
I don't know. Like you can.
As the guy walks through cleaning, you're going to see it.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
But the people, you could have your girls' night crowd and separate and do all the same things.
Husband
you
and
do
wife
it.
can separate. That
Yeah.
way she doesn't get
So
any
a
dirty
25.
looks.
Now this is what you would say: a $25 ticket. If your husband and wife are watching, that's just $12.50
That's
for
right.
the ticket.
Wow.
This is a good deal.
You don't even have to leave the house.
So when this, you have to understand, you don't have to leave the house. You don't have to dress up, except when we do our show. Patrick, let me just show them what you mean, you guys. punch the button where we can see the people in my audiences. Really? Y'all ready? This is a surprise.
wow.
Can you believe that? You can see what they're
Oh,
dressed in and
man.
everything.
I would
Look, that's
never.
amazing.
I would never wear that.
Turn it off, Patrick. It looks terrible.
dear
All right, it's off.
man.
It's off. It scared you to death.
Oh,
won't it?
My eyes are watering.
My
Okay,
glasses are
let's
fogging
give
up.
away 2 more prizes. Here you go, Ralph, and let's give away 3. Why don't you get one too, Tia? Go way down in there.
I
They
gotta
fuss
wipe
if
my
you don't
eyes.
go wow down in there.
I've never seen anything.
I know it. That's awful, isn't it? Do you don't have that button in the radio station?
No, man.
Ooh,
Thank goodness.
it's
I don't want 'em to be
something
okay,
else.
wait,
All right, this is a winner right here from Ralph. Carolyn Coons. Koons. You know Carolyn Coons.
Where's she from?
Well, a lot of times people will say, we live near Gloucester. They really do. They'll say, I know Neal Steele show. We live near Gloucester. Nope, just Carolyn Coons. So if there's 6 Carolyn Coons out there, yes.
All right,
Okay,
I've
and what do
got-
you have? Oh, okay, what do
I've
you have?
got Brenda Roberts. Do you know her, Ralph?
No, I don't
No.
think so. You
Mc-
just say you just said Roberts, not Robertson.
Yeah.
McMinnville, Tennessee.
I know what that's at.
McMinnville, Tennessee.
Okay, that's the second one. What you got over there?
I have Martha Bradley Robinson from Silva, North Carolina.
Okay.
Martha
Bradley Robinson.
This is for Tony. Silva,
North Carolina.
You got it, Tony?
This is everything I say on the radio. I know
It's her birthday.
4 hours a day, and I'm only on for 1 hour. And when I cut off every Friday, I go, whoo, I have to be on my toes. Get ready to sing again, Ralph. We want to hear this
yeah.
song. And I'm going to ask, are you on ready? Where are you going to go over there? Now, everybody,
All right. You go ahead.
are
give
y'all
your
going to
little
sing
talk.
something together, or are you going to do the possum
Oh,
song
we're going to
again?
do Patrick and Ralph
Patrick
together
and Ralph,
first.
where's your guitar?
Oh, this is special. By the way, while we have a second, Tom Robinson, our owner, just got out of the hospital yesterday.
Yeah, okay.
Same prayers for Tom.
Okay.
He's going to get better. Once a year, he comes in the studio and yells at me.
But does he?
Yeah.
That's
What do you think you're doing? And I
well.
yell back.
Does he know you're coming down here today?
Yeah.
You don't work on. Okay, but Tom, I met him
Mhm.
because one time when I was there early, he came hustling in because he came to meet me, and I appreciated that.
And also remember my cousin, my nephew Cole, who used one of your stories in his for his high school drama
Competition.
club or comedy competition. Oh, he's not allowed to do that.
No,
Hi, Cole. Say hello
Hey,
to Cole.
hey, Cole.
And I'm thinking Braden is probably out of diving right now. Braden and June are watching.
His
He had
yes.
springboard diving today.
Okay, well, there's a question, and I don't know if I could pull it out, but somebody wanted to know where's Caleb, and I knew what they were
Caleb,
talking about.
It took me a while. Caleb, I guess he's focusing on schoolwork. We haven't seen
Okay.
him in a while.
Because he walked in the studio and said, I
Yes.
want to apply for a job, just like
yeah.
you did. Okay.
Yeah, like we pay.
And then he came back a second day, and I was
Yeah.
listening both days.
All right,
Is-
you want to do the intro or you want me to do it?
Go ahead. You know what I'm going to say?
Patrick, do you understand
No, I'm just
how once the intro is given, then you begin playing immediately?
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
All right, now what are we doing? Well, the circle?
The circle.
Okay. Well, hold on, they gotta tune up.
And
Okay,
y'all
are
have
you ready?
practiced together? Have y'all practiced this?
Oh, we put in many seconds. of practice.
Just like a morning show, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ladies and gentlemen, will the circle be unbroken? Patrick and Ralph.
Will the circle be unbroken by and by, oh, by and by? There's a meadow on the way in the sky, Lord, in the sky. I was standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day when I saw that there's one rolling or to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken
broken by and by, for by and by. There's a better on the way in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Well, I'm told that Undertaker, please ride slowly for that body that you're carrying. Lord, I hate to see her go. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better on the way in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Well, I told my brother and sister, don't you cry. Oh, we'll see our darling mother in the sweet by and by. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better on the way in the sky, Lord, in the sky. In the sky, Lord, in the sky.
Y'all did
Wow.
not practice. I was here from the minute you came in.
The song is not new.
Now, is Patrick, is that not a song that your mom would appreciate hearing?
My mother would love that. She's probably on her knees right now.
She is very Baptist.
I'd like to meet Patrick. He's the newest member of my group called Last Minute Grass.
Okay.
Well, you have to understand, Patrick, whenever Ralph performs, he has to, somebody says, we want to hire you to come play. And he says, okay. And that's here, you're going to bring your band. And he says, okay. And then he starts making phone calls. He has no idea who's showing up. That's why you're now a member of the Last Minute Grass.
I'm happy to be a member, and that's called get the gig, then put the band together.
Well, you know, now that you think about it, I was just thinking, now, what are some of the competitions in the Jeanne Robertson Mini Olympics?
We have the 110 foot, 10 inch walking swim, steep swim competition, where as you're walking, you do a stroke. And every few feet, you're going to step into a pool, a kiddie pool. We have the 110 foot steeplechase, where you'll jump over like a red Solo cup into a pool of water and keep going.
Is Jeannie going to be emceeing this?
We're not.
Jeannie is going to be there being the star.
Okay.
She is, once she lights that torch at as soon as every competition starts, she'll be doing
I'm going
her.
to step in and say Jeannie is not allowed to participate.
Yeah.
It involves jumping.
Oh God, no.
The femur
heavens.
break.
We have the non-sharpened pencil javelin
Javelin.
throw. We have the water balloon shot put and the water balloon shot put catch, and the red Solo cup high jump, where you'll have two red Solo cups with a string attached. Jump over that. We've had a red Solo cup under it.
Certified, bona fide.
And it'll be a fundraiser for something, but we don't know what. And we want you guys to come. You can participate. Bring a bus from Burlington and come on.
No, but I've just had a thought. Will I be on the radio show that morning
We're
too?
going to be live.
And then this will be live.
This will be live. And we'll stream it on our Facebook page.
But you know what I was thinking is I'm going to need a ride up there, Patrick.
Well, I will be here to try.
Well,
He doesn't have anything to do either.
unless the rule in speaking is unless I get booked.
Right.
That's the
And-
whole
If I'm
thing.
booked, I will leave y'all in the dust.
And if that's the case, we're going to be in close communication with Al, so that Al knows that when you're booked close, that's when we're scheduling it.
Oh, you know, Al plays the guitar too.
Well,
did you know?
Al happens to be a close friend of mine now that I'm playing his music on the radio.
You pulled up yesterday. You play 18 instruments. See, if I had talent like that, I could have been Miss America. Would have had a better chance.
You would have
of
had a
being
better
Miss
chance,
America.
yeah.
I would have been.
Like that, we could have been working with
Oh, no. You're right. Okay. So where are we now? You got to do the possum song.
All
And
right.
all right. No, everybody, let me explain to
You
my
could
people.
explain, but then I do the intro.
Okay, well, you can do the intro
Okay.
because you pep up when you have the mic. Okay, we do this every Friday. We don't ever know what's going to happen. What happened this week? Something happened this week, and somebody looked up something, and Al's song. Within a second, you pulled up Al's song from 40 decades.
What was
4
it
decades
called?
ago.
You don't mess with the IRS.
Don't mess with the IRS.
Don't mess with the IRS.
Al, and the Al we're referring to is Al McCree, who
One of the
Nashville people. Oh, and I was in the airport one day talking about this. Goodbye, Tom. And the guy, my flight was canceled, everything, the ticket, and his had Tom on his thing. And finally I got what I could get. And I turned around and I turned back and I said, goodbye, Tom. And he thought I was absolutely nuts. But I told
that's when he called the attendants to help the woman to the flight.
Help the old lady with white hair. So what? Let's go back and make sure the late people understand that he sang a song earlier called the Possum Song.
Christmas Possum
Song. The Christmas Possum Song. They said it was the Christmas song because at the end he went jingle bells for a second. No, it's the
nuances of the lyrics.
Okay. Well, this is what he's been doing on his radio show, and all of the people in Virginia apparently believe him. But I'm telling you, it's the same song. What? Al McCree is watching. Hello, Al.
My good friend Al.
Oh, yeah, your good friend Al. They wouldn't give you anything but balcony seats. And what did he say? You said, I thought after I fill this hall that I would. I mean, they did not have to put an ad in the magazine or the newspaper or anything. No. And then sold 1,800 tickets because of this man. And then he's sitting in the balcony. He says to Al, I was expecting better tickets. And he said, well, they're free. I said, okay. So back to my people. I want you to understand. They're getting ready to play this same song again. No, they say it is a different song for this holiday. You tell me if this is a different song.
All right, now I will introduce it.
It's not a different
You're
song.
doing the brand new one you just wrote, the 2020 Thanksgiving Possum Song. Ladies and gentlemen, wait till you hear this. You heard the Christmas Possum Song a little bit earlier. This is the 2020 Thanksgiving Day Possum Song. Ladies and gentlemen, Ralph Motley.
My children are hungry. My dog could use a bone. I lost my job and I was headed home. About an hour after sundown, oh, what to my delight, God put a possum in my headlight tonight. 5 pounds of possum in my headlight tonight. If I can run him over, everything gonna be alright. Oh, possum and gravy, oh, what a delight. Got 5 pounds of possum in my headlight tonight. Get to our break. Well, I won't have to kill no chickens, nor open any cans. Just a little bit closer, and I'll have him in my hand. I think the time has come to go from dim to bright. I got 5 pounds of possum in my headlight tonight. 5 pounds of possum in my headlight tonight. I can run him over, everything's gonna be alright. Oh, possum and taters, oh, what a delight. Got 5 pounds of possum in my headlight tonight.
I can smell the turkey. I can smell the turkey. I can smell
the exact same song you sung a while ago.
I can feel the cranberry sauce.
No, stop it.
The family,
there was a difference. He sniffed twice.
No,
Well,
he also said gravy.
Gravy. I heard gravy.
Oh,
but
that Ralph. I had to get my
oh, stop it.
Thanksgiving's my favorite holiday.
Makes you feel.
Oh, it does. It does.
Y'all
It really
can't
does.
put
Yeah,
me
it
on.
does. That's
Patrick,
great.
was that a different song or the same song? Okay. Smart. Very smart. All right,
Well,
more
got
prizes.
I got to
Very good
tell
answer.
you real quick.
Okay.
We used to have a gentleman that came on the air. His name was Wally Shackelford, and he played accordion. And it's a lot of times after we do birthdays, if somebody's in the studio, I bring up the celebrity band birthdays, and you guess who I give you the name of the artist, what they play, and you guess the name of the band. And the day that Wally was in, I would name the artist, and Wally would go, "Oh, I know that band. I'll play a song." And he'd play a little segment of a song, and we had about 10 artists that day. Everything he played was exactly the same.
And it's by Chicago.
Finally, people are calling in and texting in going, "He's playing the same song."
That's where you got this idea because no offense, Ralph, you're so different song. Sure.
It's okay.
Different.
We believe in you, Ralph.
Yeah,
we believe in you, Ralph.
We
Sure.
believe.
All right. The best thing we can do, y'all, if you're hanging in here with us, this has been a different show. This thing I do on Friday morning is loads of fun. But the thing that I think is the most fun is to realize how much money y'all raise locally
Oh, I
for
don't have any
all the
idea.
time. You ought to.
One of the pictures I printed up that I didn't bring, that I left on the stove in a catalog because I couldn't find it. Is it Manila or Vanilla? Manila folder.
Depends on how it tastes. It could be a chocolate.
If you're hungry.
I found a chocolate.
Yes.
But was me and Dr. Oh, I can't. Guy that replaced my knee. We got
Knee
offered $1,000
Is that Perez?
if we would go out on a date together. And I had a wig, I had a nice top on, a skirt,
Yeah.
high heels. He was in a tux, and we went out to dinner together. Now I was a good-looking woman. I've got to tell you, and I like pantyhose.
And y'all got $1,000.
Oh,
You
here we
got
go.
$1,000.
One other doctor gave three of us $1,000 if we would go to the hospital dressed as women and visit the patients. Nobody knew about it. Security's following us around like we're three weirdos.
But you got the money.
And we got the money, and we visited people. We visited them even in the ICU. So it was
Yeah.
great. Oh, we've raised 3 years in a row. We did Womanless Beauty Pageants, raised $150,000. That was for, I can't remember. We're
And
always
We
raising
did the,
money.
when we didn't get our stimulus check thing, we raised.
That was the auction that she said useless auction.
I
Where
did
we
not say-
auctioned off useless items.
item. Well, if I sent a roll of toilet paper from North Carolina,
And it went for $100.
$150.
Yeah, something like
$150.
that.
I
Yeah.
know, that's pushing. But
Yeah, she gives away her books.
there's a guy named Bill Herbert from Dr. Bill Herbert from Graham, North Carolina. And he's at UNVA, and he was head of the medical, and he's president of the National Medical Association. I mean, he's a big wig.
Big dog.
Yeah, and he's on the Elon Board of Trustees with me. When he was in high school, this was back when you had womanless weddings. And he came to my house to borrow some of my shoes
Oh, wow.
because they were size 11s, and he thought he might could get his foot in them. And he wore them, and they put a little write-up in the newspaper. Miss North Carolina contributes to the shoes of the people.
Well,
in
one of our banker ladies made me a rather large derriere to wear, and I was also very well endowed.
I'm sure you were.
Yeah.
He
Well-
also had, because he's so accident prone, they built him a bubble suit.
Oh yeah.
Suit.
Somebody
That's
Maritza
what I need.
made a bubble suit for me on a bubble wrap.
Well, I just am. After all these years of watching, there's always something y'all are raising money for. Christmas,
We're getting
and
ready
you have
for
the
our
people.
toy drive now.
I'm
Yeah.
trying to get the HRGOD fund off the ground, but it's a nonprofit organization. It wasn't intended to be that way, but so far.
Help Ralph get out of
Get
debt.
out of here! I'm telling you, Ralph.
Sixth highest paid
All right, let's give-
employee in
yeah.
York County. Give me
And
a break.
now you are the sixth highest paid
No.
employee. No. All right, let's wrap it up by giving away things. What do y'all think? Everybody draw. Ted on the road. Thank you for driving
By
these
the way,
characters
thank you
down
for
here.
inviting us.
Oh, this has been so much fun. And this is, huh?
Well, Jeannie's got my calendar back there, but
Oh,
Oh, I want to thank Randy for making those.
Brandy, thank you.
Yes. For the podcast.
oh, you're going to tell about your
I'm
beautiful.
going to tell them about my calendar mainly just so I can tell everybody about my website, which is tedontheroad.com. It's right there on the screen.
He's an
So,
interesting
I'm a landscape
person.
photographer by nature.
Okay. You don't just drive these people around for
I
the
drive
heck of
people
it.
around, and then when I have free time, I go take pictures.
And if he walks off stage, it's because his wife's calling.
But but these pictures are not only gorgeous, they're all from Virginia.
They're all from within about 100 miles of where I live. Yes,
That's fantastic. Can I buy this one?
you may.
Okay, what are you selling, Ralph?
Anything you want.
Wait a
Guitar
minute.
pick for about 20
You got
bucks.
to put the possum Santa hat on.
At least once.
Huh?
They
Well-
want to see the possum
So you might have
suit,
to take the
Ralph.
guitar off so you can see
Take
the
the
process.
Toni,
Take the
Robin
guitar off.
Cole. Robin Cole is our
And we have to
winner
say
here.
this slow. Glenda Suter. Glenda Suter. No location.
No location, Virginia. And what you got over there, Ted?
I have no town location, but I do have Pam Burks.
Pam Burks.
Oh, we know Pam.
B-U-R-K-S.
We know Pam. Yeah, Indianapolis, Indiana.
You knew Pam.
Pam like
we
I-
knew Pam.
Well, Pam,
Oh, what a wonderful girl.
congratulations. She's probably watching. She watches a lot of times. She sends suggestions.
And by the way, thank you to Julie who made the possum
Yes,
suit.
Julie, thank you.
Oh, yes.
This outfit started out with pants, and
Oh, there are possums all over.
Yeah.
That's the possum suit, Jeannie.
They are ugly, ugly
they're
creatures.
like camouflage. And she put pockets on it, so camouflage. I sometimes have a hard time finding the pocket.
Man.
And then came the vest, and
Then the
then
vest.
came the hat.
And
And this year-
the last one for Christmas, I got the.
they are
Santa
ugly.
possum.
I know.
They are. That
She's
they
almost
are
out of material,
ugly.
I hope.
Okay, are you gonna play us out?
What do you want me to play?
Well, I admit my time says that our time is
we're
up. Wait,
done.
Toni has her arm up.
People want to know if you've decided to feed them lunch and if you've made them any cakes.
I made everybody a pound cake. It's
And I brought cookies. I had
you
cookies.
did not buy these cookies.
And I brought all of us.
But
Okay.
but okay, so we debated because I put, should I feed these people? Now you tell me, should I feed these people?
No.
And the answer is they say, but you're a Southern woman. I'm a new modern Southern woman.
Oh,
We
yeah,
are
right.
heading
Here we
to
go.
Zach's for
Yeah.
hot dogs right now.
Oh yeah, but I love hot
Oh,
dogs.
yes.
you gonna love
Hey,
Hey,
these.
guess who's paying?
I figure I am. I always
Ralph.
do.
Ralph.
Remember? Ralph went to his wife the other night and said, "Can I have money? I have to buy a hot dog." And anybody in Burlington is invited.
Oh yeah, no, we won't be able to get in.
But it's pay your own way.
But I did make pound cakes last night, and I got one of these bags for each one of y'all, and you have a
Yeah.
pound cake, but they're not pretty. I sound like a
Okay.
real cook now. They didn't turn out pretty. And then I've got each one of you a left brain baseball cap. It
Oh,
says
cool.
Left brain right
Yeah.
on the front.
Great.
Those I didn't realize. I just thought that was a mingled colors in there, but those are possums are ugly.
Made material of possum.
Wrap it up.
Except
And I
you need
just
a
wanna say
mask.
thank you for asking us.
Thank you so
She
much.
is our most favoriteest lady in the world. You
Well,
can
thank
stream
very
us
much. I
on
appreciate that.
extra99.com. We play Jeannie Cuts every day, at least one. And if
Thank
I
you.
don't, I hear about it.
Well, if I ever get sick, then the people in your town can just get up and do my stories.
We
There
can
you
do
You
go.
have a
it.
contest. Y'all just
We
come
can
and do
do it
my
anyway.
stories, and I'll judge which one is the best
We'll
one.
do
to
that
the
as a
stories.
fundraiser coming
Oh,
up.
I know it.
Dolly Parton.
Play us out, Ralph.
20 seconds.
That's the thing. All right.
He's taking you out with music. Say goodbye.
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 Hi, everybody.
Goodbye. Everybody in Burlington, come get hot dogs.
No.
She's a heck of a lot of fun, Jeanne Robertson. Oh, she's a heck of a lot of fun, Jeanne Robertson.